watched him win the title. I don't have to think too heavy, I can
Feeling like I got a brand new contract. Armed and dangerous and ready for combat. Soon as I catch him on sight, it's contact. I get the job done proper, there's no comebacks. That's not fair, people hoping on the balance. But either you got that magic or you haven't. And we were born and blessed with all this talent.
What are you doing? Come on, switch on, switch on. You've been coasting this fight and now you've let him back into it. You got complacent? The fight's not up. Let's fight. better than that. You've done all your work all the way through.
And back.
That's it. What we do in the gym. You know what you do in the gym. Confidence. That's it. Nice and smooth. Stay that way now.
Don't forget the body. Mix it up, body and head.
Okay, it's not working. It's not working. Switch southpaw.
Next time.
Okay, focus. Big, deep breaths. Big, deep breaths. Calm yourself down. Calm yourself back.
Be your business.
Okay, let's reset. Switch stance. Switch stance. That's it. What we do in the gym. You know what you can do in the gym. Confidence. That's it. Nice and smooth. Stay that way now.
Time.
What are you doing? You switched off completely. Get your mind back on the job. That's a terrible round, that is. Now it's a tougher fight. He's going to be confident.
Let's go.
Start doubling the jab up.
need you to go back out there.
Back.
He's got a low left hand. Look for the right hand. Look for the right hand. Work his jab. Look for the right hand over his lazy jab. That's it. Set it up with a jab, though. Set it up with a jab, then look for your power shot. What's your net? That's it.
Time.
Listen, you've switched off. What you're doing, I need you to focus on what you're doing. You don't want to lose this fight, do you? Come on.
Let's do it.
Counter the jab. Counter that jab.
There ain't no room. Only one number one, there ain't room for two. There ain't no room. I am the one. Top two, but not number two. There ain't no room. Boom. Came in, cleaned up without a broom. There ain't no room. Still here, still not been moved. I got points to prove. There ain't no room. Straight in, more pain, so more gaining. Yeah, I came in, guns blazing. At Raven, you get weighed in. Been training, sick of waiting. Some failing, not plain sailing. Entertaining.
Welcome to the Lighthouse Theater. The time is now as we get set for what should be an incredible matchup. I'm Todd Grisham. Next to me is Johnny Nelson.
The pleasure's always mine, my friend.
Il Capo, Chantel Cameron. She is very, very impressive. Tons of skills and plenty of heart fighting out of Northampton, United Kingdom. Katie Taylor, perhaps the great...
This bout is scheduled for 8 rounds of boxing. Fighting out of the red corner, Introducing from Northampton, England, a multi-weight division world champion, here is El Capo, Chantel Cameron. Fighting out of the blue corner, from Bray, Ireland, she became the 8th boxer in history to hold all 4 world titles, a 2-division world champion, and an undisputed women's lightweight champion of the world. Simply the best, Katie Taylor.
What a pleasure it is to be here in this environment. What a venue for this showdown.
Todd, it's a pleasure and an honor to be here.
These athletes have promised us a war. Let's see if they deliver. Trying to land that jab. There's a counter shot. She catches and counters. Those counter punches have to hurt. Right when you think the pace will slow down, it picks up. We welcome you to this beautiful theater where every seat has been sold, but don't expect these fans to be sitting down. We expect a standing ovation when these two are done.
Todd, I love theatres. For all these reasons, you can hear everybody in the crowd. You can hear the punches. The punches actually echo. If you're that party coming in and you know you're in such an intense atmosphere, you know the pressure is going to be on.
Can they figure out the combination to this safe?
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
Well done with that counter shot. Neither one of these fighters want to see the judges' scorecards. It's bombs away. Caution being thrown to the wind. Beautiful counter shot. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Let's talk about Cameron in it. Here we go, round 2. Who's going to land the first big shot? Let's see how they bounce back here in this round.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
Nice counter shot. If you're a counter puncher, then basically you do the counter attack. You let them get their punch off first, and then you answer in kind.
Todd, I understand what you're saying, but you've got to be on this. You've got to be on it. You've got to be a pro. You've got to think right. Concentrate.
He got clipped by that counter. Good counter shot by her. The jab doesn't quite connect. How about that time counter shot? Big shots from both these fighters. Got to be careful, though.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than equal.
Nice counter. They won't give us a second to catch our breath. You'd like to see more jabs. Good counter punching. Despite what the... Hold that thought! Oh no, Katie Taylor hurt! Talk about Cameron in that last round. Talk about a one-sided 3 minutes we just saw.
Dominant.
The Bell rings and we start the third. The last round was massive for her, Johnny. How does she keep the momentum going?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Throws the jab, it doesn't score. I don't think it's going to be a boxing match. This is going to be a fight. She scores with that counter. Nice counter punch right up the middle. Throws the jab, but it doesn't score. To be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Cannot throw out a lazy jab in this fight. Will get knocked out. One punch could change anything when these two step in the ring. Punch, counter punch. Throw a shot, they get countered. Jab misses. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Cameron in that last round. Well, this is the time that the trainer needs to... Back at it in round 4. Well, they got battered last round. How do they turn their fortunes around?
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then, put the pressure on.
One of the best attributes to have in boxing has nothing to do with boxing. It's how well you can take a punch to the face.
Don't get trigger happy, because all of a sudden you're going to be gassing yourself out trying to get that shot, and that's when they catch you.
She launches a punch. Can't land that jab. She misses with the jab. What do you think of what we've seen so far from these two boxers, Johnny?
They know the second they touch you, it's done. They're that powerful.
And Il Capo is down. Everything looks better in slow motion. Let's take another look.
Even I've got to see that again. Where did...
1, 2, 3...
They're back on their feet right now, Johnny. Do they go toe for toe or do they play defense here?
What resilience to be down and to be back up again, to get yourself back into fight again, to show your fitness and determination. Maximum respect.
Final 10 seconds here, unless we get some late drama. I think we all know who won this round. Let's talk about Cameron in that. On to the 5th we go. She got dropped in the last round. Let's see how she does here.
What a heavy knockdown. How are they going to come back from that? They staggered back to the corner. They've got to freshen them up, alert them again, get them back on point again. This round, they've got to coast around. Don't get involved. Give yourself another 3 minutes to get your head clear.
So much for boxing. This is a fist fight. Someone's will cave, but which fighter will it be? We've seen in the past from this fighter, they don't get concerned when they lose some of the earlier rounds because they know they've got that power that can strike at any moment.
This could be really intimidating, Todd. If you know somebody's got the punch power, someone's got the speed, it can be intimidating. Just depends on how confident you are as a fighter.
Halfway through the round, and man, these two are going at it.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
These two were made for each other. And she blocks that right uppercut. That punch doubled her over. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Cameron in that last round. Well, it's no secret who has the... Here we go in the 6th round. She's coming off a fantastic last round. Let's see what she's going to do here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
You've seen all the famous boxing movies, the training scenes, the gym work. That's what it all boils down to. Who's going to have more endurance?
What can they change? Can they slow the pace down? Can they hope to knock them out early? What can they do? They've got to concentrate and relax. Because you know what you can do in the gym, you can do it in a fight. They've got to relax.
Do you believe what we are seeing? Beautiful counter punch. Nice exchanges from both women in this round.
Skill for skill, tap for tap, just like a match made in heaven.
Do not pull out a lazy jab in this fight, you'll get knocked out. A perfect counter lands. Catch and shoot. Only catching air with that hook. Perfect counter shot. A straight right just misses. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Let's talk about Cameron in that last round. That was almost a 10-8 round. Complete dominance.
You can't leave it up to the judges. It's up to you as a fighter. And a
Here comes round 7. Coming off that great round, let's see if they can build on momentum here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but when you're dealing with someone with so much speed, you've got to get your timing right.
So you're getting in there with someone that's so fast, you're prepared to take a licking because you've got to get some before you get in close.
And that left hook doesn't find its target. No rest for the weary. We're at the halfway point, and both of these fighters know the round is still up for grabs.
Perfectly matched. skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than others.
That left-handed jab doesn't quite score. She blocks the uppercut. Swing and a miss with the hook. This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Cameron in that last round. After what we saw in that last round, it's... And there's the bell for round 8. That round was complete domination. Let's see if we can shake things up here in this round.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
What do you think of this fight so far, Johnny?
Todd, you know what? Sometimes when I've done in the ring with fights like that and you punch them, you just want to run. You want that spaceship to come and lift you out there because you think, what the hell am I going to do now?
Nice counter shot by her. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Jab won't score. Tough to be a judge in this fight as both fighters have had their big moments.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Jab slightly off target. Good counter punch. Which one of these athletes is going to say, I can't take it anymore? That punch lands. That counter shot lands. Some might have thought it was a little bit closer, but in the end, the referees are in a unanimous agreement.
Unanimous? You know what? Smart, that is. A total change of styles to make sure they got it. At every round in the bag, there was no argument, no discussion, no mistake. It was so obvious.
We are live at Valcour Bay on a beautiful Alexander Usyk, the former And they'll be facing Antonio Tarver. Of course, you remember him for what he did to Roy Jones Jr. He is the former...
This bout is scheduled for 8 rounds of...
A lot of pre-match drama, and they will settle their score under the sun here in this outdoor venue.
Words are cheap.
These athletes have promised us a war. Let's see if they deliver. The courage on display here is incredible. The jab doesn't quite connect. The left jab is landing at will. Counter shot lands. Nice counter shot. A lot of pre-match drama, and they will settle their score under the sun here in this outdoor venue.
This is taking boxing back to its roots. Outside, where you've got the crowd there, you can hear everything. You've got the breeze of the wind. You've got the heat of the sun. You know when you're doing this? Your feet are on fire. They're on fire in the ring.
These two are the perfect dance partners.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. That uppercut can't get through. When are we going to see a jab from these two? Can't score with that uppercut. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Let's talk about Alexander Usyk. We've just taken a big breath, and here we go again. Well, they got battered last round. How do they turn their fortunes around?
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on him. That's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. This counter-puncher is going to wait for you to move first, and then will strike like a snake. Keep an eye on this guy.
Reaction is second to none. It's the blink of an eye. They're waiting for any little twitch you do. So you've got to fight a counter-puncher smart.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Men step back for just a moment, and they figure out the combination to this safe.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
The bravery being shown here is just incredible. He misses with that jab. Just missed that jab. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Alexander Usyk. Let's get it started in round 3. This fight has been very one-sided. What are we going to have in this round?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
up the middle. They're both going for the KO. It's so obvious. Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. Swing and a miss with the jab. Punch, counter punch. Good fight so far. Both of these fighters have had their moments.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Missing with the hook. Giving us a high-tempo show. Neither one of them want this to go to the judges' scorecards. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Let's talk about Alexander Usyk in that last round. Well, he is glad to have heard that bell.
Needs a knockout without...
Come on. Here we go to the fourth round. It has been all one-way traffic. How do they turn this around?
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up, just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
Counter. You hear people talk. Hold it right there. Antonio Tarver's in big trouble. Good job trying to back out of trouble.
Got caught sleeping on the job. What do? You step back, steady yourself, recompose yourself, then boom, back into it. But do not make those mistakes. This is the wrong place to fall asleep.
How about that time counter shot? You gotta like what you're seeing as we reach the halfway point of this round.
Skill for skill, tap for tap, just like a match made in heaven.
The straight right just misses. Beautiful counter punch. Big swing and a miss with the hook. Bombs away. Oh, and this is really going to rub him the wrong way. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Talk about Alexander Usyk in that last round. The game plan does not seem to be working here. What's he have to do? There's the bell for round 5. So the fight will continue. How do they turn things around?
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. We've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
Fighter's certainly not going to out-throw their opponent by any means, but they will, when they hit, be a lot harder.
It's the one who draws first blood touch. That's what you've got to look at. If you hit and you know you're in there with a banger, you've got to be on it, but you've got to be confident.
Big shots from both of these fighters. Got to be careful, though. They've got to use their jab better in this fight. Tough to be be a judge in this fight, as both fighters have had their big moments.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
And he scores with the counter. You don't want to go tit for tat in there in this fight. You believe what we are seeing. Perfect counter shot. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Alexander Usyk in that last round. From this moment forward, he
Boxing back together.
on to the 6th round. Let's see how they bounce back here in this round.
Now he knows he's been hurt. He's going to come out and put the pressure on. He's going to throw the kitchen sink at you. You've got to be ready for that. Don't fight fire with fire. Hold him off. Be smart, because he's going to try and put you under pressure. He knows your legs are gone. He knows your head's not cleared. Be sharp.
You can tell one of these fighters is starting to fade. What does he need to do to get back in this contest?
What can they change? Can they slow the pace down? Can they hope to knock them out early? What can they do? They've got to concentrate and relax. Because you know what you can do in the gym. You can do it in the flat. You've got to relax.
Miss with that jab. So far as we've reached the halfway point.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Forcing him to cover up. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's up, and Tarver crushes to the canvas. It looked great live. How will it look again on slow motion replay?
You're right, Todd. What a shot.
How about that will to win and refusal to stay down as this fight continues?
Todd, he's up.
Not the best of rounds with 10 seconds to go. Tarver in that last round.
Switch on.
There's the bell to start round 7. He couldn't finish him off in the last round. Let's see what this has in store for us.
What a knockdown. 1 minute. You need 1 hour to get over a shot like that. Now it's down to conditioning. Now it's down to mental strength and preparation. It's how you are going to deal with this.
Right when you think the pace will slow down, it picks up. They exchange punches. Well, just a couple rounds left, Johnny. What's your assessment so far?
I've seen some aggressive fighters like this, and they are a nightmare. If you are not fit, that is the worst place to be, having second thoughts in the ring.
Insane action. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. So he's going to shake off the cobwebs and bounce around the ring a little bit here. There's no way this fighter can go punch for punch. Their resistance to these blows just isn't the same.
What a gift. What a gift it is to have a chin where you know you can walk through anything and everything. When you let those shots go and it's just bouncing off and they're walking you down, it's so demoralizing. It absolutely breaks your heart. What else can you do?
This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Alexander Usyk in that last round. Well, he is in big trouble here. He may have been saved by the bell. And they're back at it again here in round 8. So not the best round, but let's see if they can turn it around here.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up, just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
He just misses with that jab. Those counter punches have to hurt. Nice defense on that left uppercut. Now going to get a little more loosey-goosey. Let's see how this one feels. What do you think of what we've seen so far from these two boxers, Johnny?
You've got to ruffle their feathers, Todd. You cannot let them get comfortable, drag them, get them complaining to the referee, because once somebody with excellent foot speed and excellent power gets into the rhythm, the fight is over.
Can't believe we're only halfway through the round.
Perfectly matched.
Whoa, Johnny, take a look at this action. Tarver in some serious trouble. Looks like they've shaken it off.
What recovery skills they are. What a shot it was. Completely gone. I thought there's no way he's going to finish this round. But look at that. Look at the movement. Look at the speed. Back on it. Like it never happened.
There's a scoring blow. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. So close, but so far a split decision loss. Man, that one has got to hurt, Johnny.
A split decision? How one-sided does it have to be? A split decision? Who's doing this job? Todd, tell me. Come on, talk to me, man. That is not a split decision. Ridiculous.
pick a side. Only two options, be with the winners or the other guys. Yeah, ain't no time, we already on the way. Better get themselves in line, thought I told you we don't play. The team going nuts, the score going up, morale going down, the fans packing up. Now all the kids got a new hero. They ain't never seen so many zeros. And that's when the crowd starts to shout. Yeah, you know who's up in the house tonight. The champions are back in your town. Feel the stands, you make them shout tonight. The champions about to get down. You know who's up in the house tonight. The champions are back in your town. Feel the stands and make them shout tonight. The champions about to get down. Yeah, spill venom out the side of my pores. We came to battle, we came for war. Digging in the mud, carry across the globe. No matter the weather, rain, sunny or snow. I guess all the sacrifice was worth it. The pain made perfect and gave me a purpose, yeah. And I still don't get no breaks. And you bout to learn why if you in my way. You know who's up in the house tonight. The champions are back in your town. Feel the stands and make them shout tonight. The champions about to get down. You know who's up in the house tonight. The champions are back in your town. Feel the stands and make them shout tonight. The champions about to get down.
Feeling like I got a brand new contract. Armed and dangerous and ready for comeback. Soon as I catch them on sight, it's contact. I get the job done proper, there's no comebacks. That's not fair, people hoping on the balance. But either you got that magic or you haven't. And we were born and blessed with all this talent. Soon as we're given a task, it's so apparent I'm fully prepared, fully activated and ready. Focused on the target, grab my weapon, hold it steady, your name. You know the aim range heavy. Got the beast in me screaming out, let me out the cage. I ain't gotta do it with rage. The days are numbered, see my steps to calculate. On time, not a second hour late. Witnessing the mastery that we display like a hitman. Yeah. See, I go in and get the job done. Yeah, I'm moving like a hitman. See, I go in and get the job done. They don't want none. I got that experience like I've been doing this for centuries. Before the events I would practice but it was empty. Never needed approval, all I needed was improvement. Got swift with the movement, I attack and defend. We ain't in the same league, we breathe the same air. They act out of fear, that ain't the same here. They don't know why they came, I know my lane clear. And when I need to switch it up, I only change gears. Enemy, where art thou? There were so many habagos, it's looking sparse now. I let my weapon whisper to you like a can't shout. I'm getting even 4-2-3, I'm like a calm cow. But you can count on me to do it for the right price. It ain't a game even though I spy. They feel the presence of our zeitgeist. Our victories were written in bright lights. I'm moving like a hitman. Cause I go in and get the job done. You see me moving like a hitman.